guys, it's Mrs. Perry Ising. So welcome back. So our next unit is going to be about making a website using web authoring programs. So in class, we previously have made a website using HTML code, and the reason I had you to do that was because you need to understand what's behind every website, and so coding is what's behind every website. Of course, some of you may like to go to college for coding. What I showed you was very simpleton. It's like the basic coding that you could possibly do. But most people, if they own a small business or something like that, they're going to make their own website using a web authoring program. There are a lot of them that are online and they're free. We're going to use Wix.com, which is what I use to make my own website. And so I'm going to ask you guys, if you haven't done so already, to sign into Wix.com, create an account. I'm going to give you a little tutorial. I'm going to do that right now, just kind of show you around it. And then I'm going to have you watch a video of somebody who's a lot more professional at making websites than me. It's a long video, the one that I'm going to have you watch, which is linked on YouTube in the Google Classroom. But just watch about 15 minutes of it a day. It's about a 45-minute or so video, so just watch 15 minutes of it per day, and then you'll get into making your website. So the website you're going to make is about what's going on right now, the coronavirus pandemic. And there's a lot of resources that you can use to get information to put into your website. You can go to the CDC website, just Google CDC coronavirus, you'll get a lot of information. Also, Google put together their own website about the pandemic, so you can just Google coronavirus pandemic website, something like that. However you want to, make your search, you'll find it. It's going to be the top hit when it comes up on the browser. All right, so I'm going to go on the computer right now. Welcome to my kitchen. So it's so weird to be able to teaching from home. I know a lot of you have actually been in my house already because you're friends of my kids, but for the rest of you, welcome. If you're here, I'd offer you something to drink, but I'd stay 6 feet away. Okay, to the computer now. Okay, guys, so this is me on the computer. So my website that you've used in our class before is called up here, perryising.wix.com/perryising. And so I made this in Wix. I did not pay for the site. I use their free service because I'm too cheap to pay for a site. So because I did not pay for the site, I always have this advertising on the top of my website. That if I had a real company, if I own my own business, I would pay for the website because you would not want to have their advertising on the top of your website like that. It's just, to me, it's unprofessional. All right, so this is my home page. So I have an about page. It tells the students about me. I have a page, I use this a lot, my multimedia class, because they have a lot of different resources that they use, so they're all linked here. I have tutorials from my multimedia class on how to use Final Cut. For co-op, my students are on co-op, can always come over here and they can go down to the link and download their time cards that they have to hand in. You guys in personal finance have used this for the buying a house project. And then I have a contact form on the end where you can submit this and it comes through to me through email. Okay, so to do this, you go to Wix.com. So I've gone to Wix.com right here, and I can sign in, but you guys would choose to get started, and then you would create a new account. So you would say, it says new to Wix, you would go into sign up right here. I've already signed up, so here's my sign up. Sign up with your own personal email, I would say, because if they send you an email to confirm that you're signing up using the Deer Park Schools email, you're not going to be able to accept an email from an outside organization through Deer Park Schools email. So sign up with your own email account. If you don't have your own email account, just go to Google and make one. Okay, so I'm going to log in. And so this is what the back end of the website looks like. So first of all, you're going to see something like this on your screen, where somewhere in here you're going to get a choice to create a site. So like for me, I already have a site made, so where it says site actions, I would say edit this site. But for you, if you were making a brand new site, you would come down to where it says create new site. Now, because I have an old grandfathered in account here, my screen that you're seeing right here might look a little bit different from your screen. So somewhere on there, after you've signed in and created a site, you want to find the selection to create a site. All right, so for me personally, if I wanted to edit my site, I'm going to come over here to edit. And so the tools in this program or online program are pretty easy to use. It always takes a little bit for it to load like it's doing now. Okay, and so this is what my site looks like. So if I wanted to say change around one of these pages here, I would come up right here where you see where it says page, and I go to the drop down list and I get a list of all of the pages that are in my site. So for example, if I wanted to change something in my tutorials page, I'll click on tutorials. It will take me to my tutorials page, and then if I want to change something, I can always like double click inside the text box. The text is highlighted. Once I double clicked in here, it's a text box. You get choices of, well, you know, how do you want to have the text? What font do you want to use? Do you want it to be bold, underline, italic? These are kind of all self-explanatory. If you wanted to have a heading tag or, you know, character and line spacing and so forth. So it's pretty simple to figure out. If I wanted to say change the color of the font, I'll come over here and change the color of the font, that type of thing. Let me close this. If I wanted to add a new picture, I go to this icon right here for add, and then I would go to image, and then I would say my uploads, and whatever picture I've uploaded, I would go into that right here, my uploads. And if there is no picture uploaded, then I would have to upload a picture at this time. So right here it says upload media. So I would upload a picture and then select it from here. Okay, so let me close out of this menu. That's pretty much all I ever use, is because I'm always uploading, like on my home page. Let me go back to the home page. On my home page, I always have announcements saying like what's going on. I do that for my multimedia kids with upcoming events, but obviously we have no upcoming events right now. But usually I get an email every Monday morning from the administration saying what events are going on for the week, and I just take a screen capture of that email, and then I usually just insert that here. So when I have a screen capture, I have to upload it as an image. Now, anything that you wanted to add to your site, like here, if you wanted to play around with the background, you have different choices of backgrounds here because they give you a lot of pre-made templates. All right, so this is my site, but let me get out of this and let me let me close this. By the way, if I wanted to publish this, this is your save button, and if you want to publish it, make it a live website, you click publish. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. So let's see what happens. What are you gonna see when you go to make your site? So I'm gonna go create new site, because you're allowed to make more than one site on your account. All right, and the first thing it's going to do is going to give you a bunch of different categories, and within each category there are templates to different types of websites. So what you can do is basically take the template that they give you and change out some of the text, maybe change out where the links go to, change out the pictures. So I don't see anything for coronavirus, obviously, so maybe I'll try to find something like in the healthcare field. So this is Let Wix create a website for you. It looks at keywords in it asks you some questions, look at keywords, and makes a site. I don't think I would use that. I would go to choose a template, and they have like thousands of templates for you to use. So you could use any one of these. Your site would kind of look like one of these, and then you just change pictures. But I want to do something in healthcare, so I'm sure there's going to be a search here somewhere. So let's see, right here, search templates. So let me say health. I'll just type the word health and see what happens. Okay, so we get, all right, what if I type in the word medical? Medical, and we get even more choices. All right, so let's see what would look good for my site for coronavirus. Let's see, let's go to the next page. Well, how about something like that with all the people with the masks on, because that's something that's going on right now. Here, take care. We can go something like that. Doesn't matter what is showing because I can always change the picture. So let me come here. Let's go into, let's say, edit. Let it load. It's taking a while to load. Okay, and so this is basically, they're going to give you, as soon as you do this, it's going to give you a how to get started video, so you definitely want to watch that. I'll close it because I've watched it already. And so if this is my homepage, first of all, take care of your neighborhood pharmacy. Maybe I want this to say something like coronavirus, if I spelled it correctly. I can't spell, update. All right, so I might want to do something like that, change their title. This is nice, their picture, but I could always change their picture. I can go into where it says settings, and I can fool around with different choices here. What do you want this picture to do? Do you want it to freeze? Do you want it to fade out? I can double click on the picture, and I can actually just change the shape of the picture. I can delete this picture altogether, hit the delete key, and then I can turn around and I can, let me just go back a little bit. All right, I can click on this, I can get rid of it. All right, delete it, and then I can turn around and I can add my own picture in here. So if I wanted to put a picture in, I'd go back to add, and I would go to image, and then I would have to upload an image to put into the site. And then I would go into my uploads, and it would show me my menu of images that I've uploaded, and I would pick one. So I picked this last night, so maybe, because they keep showing this all over the news for coronavirus, so maybe that's my picture that I add, and I say add. And then if I want that to be bigger the way the one on the template was, I can just drag that out and make that bigger. As for this text box, I can move it. I can usually fool around with the choices over here. Like if I wanted to bring that text box to the front, like something like this is usually a range. And if I wanted to send it to the back, send it to the front. So it's kind of like any word processing program you've used. All right, so I can fool around with that. As far as where do you get pictures from, you're going to have your assignment sheet. Here's your assignment sheet. And so I give you a lot of links on the assignment sheet. As far as where do you get pictures from, step number 11 says you must have a minimum of 3 images on your website. So you can find free stock images here. So I already Googled, I made a link to it, and I already Googled Pexels, which is a free website that gives you free stock images that you won't get copyright hits with. And then I searched in here last night for coronavirus, and there's like a gazillion things that you could put on your website. Like if you were talking about washing hands or wearing a mask or wearing gloves, or if you were talking about the research that's being done to find a cure. So you have a lot of different choices that you can put onto your website from here. So again, Pexels, PEXELS.com, and then I gave you a link to it because I typed in coronavirus as the search. All right, back to the instructions, by the way. So I'm just giving you a quick little overview of Wix, but I need you to watch a tutorial that's rather long to actually learn how to really use it. So here's the link to the video that I'd like you to watch. So if I go to this video, it's right here. It's 45 minutes long, and so 49 minutes long. Watch about 15 minutes a day for about 3 days, but this guy does a very good job of giving a very thorough overview of how to use the basics of Wix without getting too advanced. One section he'll talk about is how to pay for an online service to have a website name. You can skip through that. We're not paying any services. We're not making an official website name. We're not a business. It's just a project. So you're going to definitely come here and watch this. And then as far as, well, what are you going to put on this website? I have a list of over here what you're going to include. It's pretty simple stuff. And you can get a lot of this information from the CDC website, like I said a few minutes ago. You can get it from Google, has their own coronavirus website, so you can Google that. All right, so most of the information and all the directions you need are here, so you just want to read through this. I will tell you, looking at number 9, the rule of thumb is no more than 2 to 3 fonts when you're doing any kind of desktop publishing, and no more than 2 to 3 colors. With colors, you can also add black and white. That doesn't count as a color. So you want to keep a consistent color scheme throughout an entire website. There's no number of pages, but actually I think I said, what did I say? All pages must contain a navigation bar with working links. Working links should include links to the other pages within the site, links to outside websites, and a link to at least one video on the topic, like if you go to a video on YouTube. So just definitely read through the parameters of the website. As far as what are you getting graded on, the content, how the site looks, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and is it working? Do the links work? And this tells you I'm going to have a bunch of due dates. As far as you're going to read this section right here, you're going to give me a little update. Once on April 3rd, once on April 9th, once on April 24th, and once on May 1st. It'd be really nice if I could be back in school and working with you on this by May 1st, but just from watching the news, I don't think we're going to get back to school anytime soon. That's just my personal opinion. I have no knowledge of what the school district's doing, but just watch the news. All right, so my email address is it in here? I'm gonna put that on the bottom of here, okay? So contact me at perryeising.j@deerparkschools.org. Okay, so if you have any issues, give me a shout out through email. All right, that's all for now. So take a look at all the resources I've given you, watch the videos, and you do a little bit whenever you feel like it. I'm sure you're probably pretty bored sitting at home by now. All right, so anyway, let me just finish this. perryeising.j@deerparkschools.org, and there you go. You can always go there to link to my email if you forgot what it is, and then send it to me. All right, be well, be safe. I hope to see you guys soon. If we see each other in the supermarket, I'll wave to you, but stay 6 feet away from me. Okay, take care.